Hi Rush Nation, welcome to Rush TV. We have a busy show for you today, packed with highlights and analysis as your Saskatchewan Rush heat up the West Division. Now, when we last left you, the team had just lost their third straight game, something the Rush hadn't experienced in 6 seasons. With that, the team was looking to turn it around on the road. A second meeting at Rogers Arena. And just like the first, the Saskatchewan Rush strike early.
Shot, he scores! A hard bouncer from Robert Church opens the scoring.
But this go-around, the Vancouver Warriors are quick to tie it up.
Salter shoots and scores! The defenders making it happen in the offensive end. Justin
getting one in against backup goaltender Adam Shute. It's Schute's first starting goal this season, and he'll play the full 60. Vancouver follows up with another and carries the momentum.
Passes to McBride, across to Malcolm, shot clock at 5, now wide open shot for Jones, and he buries it!
So Mark Matthews puts on the speed.
Running in toward Penny, shoots and scores! The Warriors were changing, and that's too much room there for a guy like Mark Matthews, and he bounces one through the wickets of Eric Penny.
No time to celebrate. The Warriors back up to a 2-goal lead. Just under 8 minutes left in the first.
Shot by Messenger beats Eric Penny, and it's a 4-3 game. McIntosh had 5 goals in week 5 against Vancouver as Matthews shoots and scores his second in a game. A bullet past the left foot of Eric Penny, and we are tied at 4-4.
But 30 seconds into a Warriors power play.
Going back and forth with ball. Now Malcolm shoots and he scores!
Then this happens.
And he's through the flag. There it is. This might be a goal for Jordan McBride.
If it's not a late flag.
The referee is heading to the scorekeeper's table. Yes, they are going to allow this.
Okay.
Here's another look. McBride behind the net. Watch his left toe. There. Did that hit the paint?
After review, the shooter's foot contacts the crease prior to the ball crossing the goal line. The no-goal ruling on the field is upheld.
Vancouver leads 5-4 into the second. The Warriors score first.
Go to McBride, who scores!
But a minute later...
backdoor feed and they score! What a pass! Matthews to Church, wide open. And it's a 1-goal game again. Here's Keenan with a shot, and Keenan's able to squeak it past Penny, and we are tied at 6. Last time Saskatchewan led the game, it was 1:32 of the first quarter. Looking for their second lead as Dinsdale shoots and beats Eric Penny. And Saskatchewan up 7-6.
Then, on a rush power play.
Double team coming, tries a shot, he scores! Caught Adam Shute by surprise. Keegan Ball puts it between the legs of the goaltender.
I think we've gone at him pretty hard with the offense, and we're getting good looks. You know, got to keep grinding away with it. They're a real good team over there, and tough defensively, and they got some weapons on offense. So it's going to be a battle right to the end tonight.
The Rush seem to have an answer for the Warriors' defense.
Dinsdale shoots and scores. Great passing play by the Rush.
Except for power plays.
Salt shoots, bullseye!
That's Vancouver's second shorthanded goal of the night, and we're tied again. Less than a minute later,
Keenan to Church, shoots, scores! Just like that, the Rush go back in front, and it's Church's hat-trick goal. 5 minutes into this third quarter. It's tight. Keenan with a shot, he scores, and the Rush have their largest lead of the game. Jones to ball, he's wide open, he rips one on Shute, and he makes the save.
Down 2, Vancouver narrows the gap again, but Mark Matthews will see to that.
Matthews shoots and he scores. Made something out of nothing there, did Mark Matthews, and he's got a hat-trick on the night.
Adam Shute keeping things in check.
Back to Salt, and he's denied by the right shoulder of Adam Shute.
We end the third with the Warriors' goal. Rush lead by 1. We start the fourth, much like this entire game.
Drops it off for McBride by himself, and he scores!
Going 1 for 1.
Shoot. Meanwhile, Cornwall in transition has a man wide open. McIntosh scores! There he is! Ben McIntosh not going to miss that chance, all alone in front. And he puts his team ahead 12-11.
Shute with a big save. Now watch this.
McGrady gets it back all alone in front, and he scores! He gets a steal and buries it at the other end. What a job there by Matt McGrady.
A huge moment for Matt McGrady, his first National Lacrosse League goal at a crucial time for the Rush. Just under 3 left, Jordan McBride gets his 4th of the night.
Throws it behind the net, McBride dunks it in! kidding me?
Tied at 13, under 2 left.
Finds Shatler and he scores!
Still anyone's game.
Wide open net, and Mike Messenger will score. 38 seconds to go, the Warriors down by 2.
And that's where they'll stay. The Saskatchewan Rush win this one 15-13. They're back in the 500 club, sitting 4-4 for the season and 3-1 against West Division opponents. With more analysis, let's head to the BR Live broadcast booth.
What an entertaining lacrosse game between the Warriors and the Rush on this Saturday night at Rogers Arena. Brad, the game had it all, back and forth from start to finish. The largest lead for either side was just 2 the entire game, and tonight both offenses came to play.
Yeah, everybody had an answer for everything. It was a good goaltending battle between Adam Shute and Eric Penny in the respective pipes, and yeah, you're right, answering for everything. Good transition goals by the Vancouver Warriors. Every offensive player getting in on the action so far. Different players scoring different goals at different times, swinging the ball across the zone. Nice vision here from Logan Schuss to find Mitch Jones streaking. That turned out to be Mitch Jones' 250th career point and Logan Schuss' 400th career point as they both hit milestones. But the Rush moving the ball as well. An unlikely hero, McGrady, gets the go-ahead goal in the 4th quarter. Warriors end up tying it for this beauty by Jordan McBride. But Jeff Shatler left all alone late in this lacrosse game to beat Eric Penny short side. That was the dagger, close but no cigar for the Vancouver Warriors.
A huge win for the Rush in a game that saw a few changes on the floor. Rush captain Chris Corbeil was out due to an injury, so rookie Connor Robinson drew in for the 2nd time this season and got an assist. We also saw Rush forward Curtis Knight fill in on the back end. Here's what he had to say about playing defense.
Learning curve is just knowing what to do in all the different spots. I mean, it's a lot different than offense, obviously. And one thing I found is it's a bit more tiring playing a shift. There's 10 D guys compared to the 7 forwards, so that helps. But playing an actual shift is a bit more tiring. You're kind of the offense is dictating the pace, rather when you're playing offense, you kind of dictate the pace. It's a totally different dynamic. Just sitting at the back, the conversation's different.
Hey, who's going?
I mean, how often am I standing with guys like Rubish and them on the bench? Like, very rarely. So just that whole dynamic was different. It was fun. Have an appreciation for them for sure. I was a little more nervous at the start than I usually would be for a game. Once I played like the first shift or two, though, I kind of settled in, felt fine. I've been with Derek for a long time, been around this team for a long time, so I was familiar with a lot of the defensive concepts that this team goes by. So once I started playing, just had fun, got to push the ball up a few times, and it was good. It's a very talented team, very deep roster. We have a ton of great offensive players. We have kind of great defensive players.
And Mike Messenger will score.
Wherever I'm needed, I'm glad Keenan thinks highly of me to play both ends, so I'll just take it like that.
With a good showing on defense by Knight and a solid effort by backup goaltender Adam Shute, the question on everyone's mind, who would be in the lineup when the Rush come home? Coming up, the Saskatchewan Rush eye first place in the West as they face another division rival, the Colorado Mammoth. Plus, just how hard is working at Tim Hortons drive-thru?
I'm not very good at it.
How Rush players handled an afternoon shift at the window.
We come from a unique place where Lake Country could be your own backyard or hundreds of miles away. There's urban, suburban, country, proud. We are unique, and our networks are too. Built, owned, and operated with pride. These are your networks, Saskatchewan. We built something amazing, and 6 years of awards prove it. Over the next year, SaskTel is investing over $300 million into your networks to keep connecting you to what matters most.
Imagine there I was eating lunch when suddenly I get this shooting pain. Turns out I needed a root canal. Thankfully, Blue Cross had my back.
If you're retired, self-employed, or don't have group insurance, you can count on Blue Cross. We provide coverage for many medical expenses that may not be fully covered by your provincial healthcare plan, like dental, prescription drugs, vision, registered therapists, and more. Visit our website or contact your insurance broker.
Hi, my name is Alex and I'm the TD Junior reporter.
Ben, how do you think the game will go?
It's a big game for us, so I'm hoping we can get the win.
Do you have any warm-up rituals?
You know what? Our whole game day is pretty much a giant ritual. So we get up and we eat the same food for breakfast, we go to the same spot for lunch, we have our shoot-arounds.
Do you know what the hardest part about lacrosse is?
There's a lot of really good guys out there, so it's important to stay in shape and be able to take a hit and be strong out there, and it's tough to keep up that.
What is your favorite warm-up song or song?
I'm gonna have to go with Lose Yourself by Eminem.
Ooh. What is the best city to play in?
Saskatoon, obviously. We've got the best fans. Saskatoon, they get the most fans, they're the loudest fans. When we get to come here and be at home and be in our routine, it helps a lot.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Sleeve. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's my first time. No problem. Have a great day.
Is there anything else that he ordered?
Probably.
I don't know. Where's the window going?
You gotta press the button.
Oh, there we go. How you doing? Not too bad. There's the donut. Good choice.
Here you are. You're welcome. Working Tim Hortons drive-thru, sneaky hard. A lot more going on than you'd think. Respect your local Tim Hortons drive-thru.
Good morning. Just back there in general. I've always wanted to go back there and see what it's like, so that was kind of cool, but I'm not very good at it.
Hi.
Good morning. What would you like today?
Can I have a butter tart? And then you hand it over.
Here you are. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
They did pretty good. They did like new employees. Especially since new employees normally don't get pushed into drive-thru, they get up front. So to go straight into drive-thru, they did really good.
Do you have a go-to order?
Coffee, that's pretty much it.
Black, no sugar kind of thing?
Maybe get a cream in there. Maybe.
Gretzky.
9 and 9. No, not a 9 and 9. No thanks, Ryan.
It's fun, making some little kids smile, make their day a little bit better. That's what it's all about.
Your dad's gonna have a signed jersey. Look at that. You want to try it on?
No, too big.
Have a great day, everybody.
Safe to say McLean and Pinn will be sticking to lacrosse. Special thanks to the crew at the new Tim Hortons on McLaughlin Road in Saskatoon. With the boys fueled up on coffee and a win on the road, it was time for the team to make things right at home. Not only are they facing another West Division opponent, but they're also honoring some of the hardest workers in Saskatchewan.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family!
Saskatchewan Rush players paid tribute to farmers across the province by stepping out in special edition game-themed jerseys. The design, featuring a tractor in beautiful Saskatchewan green, was made for Agriculture Appreciation Night, presented by Finning Canada. Fans enjoyed an epic corn chucking contest and a halftime performance by Bird and Mon dueling pianos. There was also a surprise appearance by David Osmond, who can't get his last name on a license plate, so it's now on a Rush t-shirt. Out on the floor, the Saskatchewan Rush were electric.
Just 45.5% so far, but there's a short-handed goal. That'll help. Hardy Dinsdale hits the Rush on the board with the game's opening goal. So bothering him, and Evan Kirk comes out and plants Gillis right into the boards, and the crowd loves that.
A stellar return for Evan Kirk in net and a strong showing for the Rush defense.
There's a chance of Martin Matthews restores the 2-goal lead. What a transition rush as Kyle Rubish with that pass.
Yes, Kyle Rubish doing his best Mark Matthews impersonation as he sets up the mailman this time to deposit that one into the back of the goal. As another 3-on-2 here for the Saskatchewan Rush. This time they execute to perfection as Matthews on the doorstep with a tap-in on the setup for big Kyle Rubish.
Corbeil setting the pick. Nice shot right on. And rebound, Corbeil! 4-2, Chris Corbeil with the quick hand.
That was Corbeil's first goal this season, and he wasn't alone in the night.
Up the floor quickly, empty net. It's Brett Mydske on target. He scores! Brett Mydske, 9-7 rush.
Brett Mydske, the brand new pop-up. And I thought Ski might have shot that one a little early as he had an empty net to go for, but took it just inside the restraining line and bounces it right into the top corner for the dagger. 9-7 rush with 29 seconds to play.
And for Brett Mydske, that's goal number 1 on the season.
With the final score and full analysis, let's go to the BR Live broadcast booth.
I'm Ryan Flaherty alongside Jake Elliott here in Saskatoon, where the Saskatchewan Rush defeat the Colorado Mammoth 9-7 on Friday night. And Jake, it was a defensive performance by the Rush, anchored by their goaltender Evan Kirk, and they also got some timely scoring, just enough to beat the Mammoth.
Yeah, another 3 goals out of Jeff Shatler, who had a bit of a quiet night in Vancouver. And Jeff Shatler usually doesn't have 2 quiet nights in a row. A hat trick here for Shats tonight, including the game-winning goal, his 2nd in a row with the game winner. And Jeff Shatler just continues to click along. 14 years in this league. 3 goals here tonight against the Mammoth, really helping them to victory this evening.
But the number 1 storyline here tonight, the bounce-back performance by Evan Kirk, making 42 saves on the night to get the win.
Yeah, and Evan Kirk, the comment coming out of him after the game was that he was due. And I really think it was a timely benching from Derek Keenan. I don't even know if you can call it a benching. I think a night off is probably what you would call it for Evan Kirk, and he needed it. He wasn't playing his best lacrosse. His confidence wasn't near where it needed to be. His focus was just a little bit off, and I think having that game off really snapped him back. And maybe a virtuoso performance here for Evan Kirk. I'm not sure if I've seen him play a better game in goal.
Well, and not only that, but Kirk had a great effort from his entire defensive unit in front of him. It was really a total team effort here tonight by the Rush as they get past their West Division rivals, the Colorado Mammoth. Once again, the final score from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan Rush 9, Colorado Mammoth 7.
I've been trying to reset it for the last 3 games, but I think it was a little bit larger than that. Like you said earlier, Shoot went in, and I think it's a gut check to realize that you got to do a little more than I've been doing. But Coach Keenan's just preaching it's a team thing, and we've got to play well together, and that's kind of what we did here tonight. Is had a great full 60 team effort.
Some traditions are universal, like dreaming of the road ahead, the joy of arriving at your destination, and remembering the people you shared those moments with. We make sure those memories are clear, because no matter where life may take you, Glassmasters is part of your journey.
There are names here that go way back, building this community, generation after generation. We are Mosaic, and we add our name to theirs to tell a story of innovation, of sustainability, of strength. Day after day, our commitment reflects our employees' efforts to create a legacy we can all share. Together, we can see tomorrow from here.
Am I going this way?
Yeah, let's take a right over here.
Okay, perfect. Oh, this is nice. I rarely have to drive in the snow, being from Vancouver, so like 4-wheel drive, snow tires, that'll be really nice.
So how's the season going, Travis?
It's good so far, new team and everything, but really enjoying it, getting to know the guys. Had a little bit of insight with my brother having been on the team, but just getting to do it yourself is really cool.
So we'll take a left here. Just the tight corners, what you do is there's this camera button right up here. And so even at a traffic light like this, you press that and it gives you kind of a 360.
Oh, it gives like overhead view. Hi, just 1 second. So French vanilla, what size?
Just a small French vanilla.
Just a small French vanilla, and I'll have an apple fritter. Thank you. That's key.
Save that for after the game.
Oh yeah, oh look at this. There's a lot of room down there.
So Trav, have you ever kind of been searching around for your cord in your vehicle, wanted to plug your phone in?
Oh yeah.
If you got a smartphone,
just throw it in there.
You got a power charging mat right there. Never a reason for you not to have charge. You could probably fit the whole Rush team back here. Squeeze a cheek.
This would be good for after, like post-game. I could drive the guys around in this thing.
It can actually seat 8, but this one's got the captain chairs in the back.
Okay.
So a little bit more leg room for the big boys.
Nice, I like that. probably Mark. Mark could even fit back there. Mark and Ski.
So safety's pretty big in this vehicle too.
Yeah.
What's nice is in the back seats actually there's rear inflatable seat belts.
Yeah.
So what that's going to allow for, inflatable seat belts. So for the back 2 seats there, when you put your seatbelt on, it's actually, you can feel it. It's a thicker seatbelt, and you know, in the case of an accident, it'll deploy. So it's an airbag.
And then, like, I'm just assuming, like, this whole thing just fills up with airbags too, right?
Yeah.
Let's not see that feature today. Like, we don't want to see that, but you know, sorry for the video. That's not going to come up. I'm going to try to drive as safe as I can.
So you do have a park assist, and we're looking for a parallel spot. So keep driving forward slowly. Spot found. Release steering wheel. Shift to reverse. And then you just control the brake pedal.
Oh, okay. It didn't say take foot off brake.
So the more slower you go, the more accurate it'll park it.
Okay, so I can just slow it down like that.
Absolutely.
And then it gives you the 360 view so you can see that it's doing a good job. Well, that was smooth.
And look how close you are to the curb.
That was as easy as pulling out of a spot. This is really nice. Like, I couldn't imagine, like, going from what I drive back home, just very simple car. This is like, it's got all the bells and whistles.
You know, when you're kind of sore post-game, all you got to do is go into the settings.
It'll do it while I'm driving.
While you're driving.
Back, do back.
Thighs, it'll do your hammies, do the lower back, upper back, take a right here. You know, I'll get a massage too at the same time.
There you go. Might as well. Massage on the job.
So what's kind of tradition for you before a big game?
Everyone naps. That's the funny thing. Everyone's like grown men napping during the game, during the day before the game. Will it just automatically come on when I switch there? Okay, perfect. There you go. Question answered. When it's telling you.
Yeah, how close you're getting.
Does it go red?
Yeah, if you get close enough.
There we go. We're gonna keep it there. And it has the front view camera too?
Yeah, so you press that same camera button there.
Yeah.
You got the front view.
Ask anyone on the Rush and they'll say the same thing. There's no place to play like home. But even with the Saskatchewan advantage, the Rush got handed a nasty 17-12 loss by Calgary at home less than a month ago. But with a sharper defense and more confident Evan Kirk, the team is ready for round 2 and a chance to prove who really is the best in the West.
Down low, up top, now it's Keenan in front, he scores! Ryan Keenan right at the top of the crease. Nick Bilic, he's got a couple with him. Keenan now fresh off the bench. He'll fire and he scores! Ryan Keenan, back-to-back goals. Ryan
With
Keenan and Eli
Salama.
Salama, we did not expect this, and they drop the mitts. Two unlikely combatants here in Ryan Keenan and the rookie, Eli Salama. One back of McIntosh for the team lead is Knight, scores, and it's 6-3, just like that. Good evening from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, as the Rush defeat the Calgary Roughnecks 15-9 on a Saturday night. Ryan Flaherty alongside Jake Elliott. And Jake, a complete turnaround from 3 weeks ago when these two teams met in this very same building.
Yeah, it really was. You know, the Rush got out to a quick start in that opening game, and then they got tied at halftime, but then it was Calgary that came out in the third quarter and just took the game over. Where here tonight, it was back and forth in the early going, and then the Rush went on a run, and then they just kind of held Calgary at bay, and they never really let them get back in the game. They just kind of kept them at arm's distance, and that's a sign of a good team. You don't let the opposition get on runs. They got on one of their own, and then they held off Calgary from getting on one of their own.
A number of different contributions from the Rush lineup, got some scoring in transition, and another solid game from Evan Kirk between the pipes and just enough solid play on the power play.
Yeah, they got good production. It started with Graham Hossack in transition, Mike Messenger with a great game in transition as well, Curtis Knight even chipping in. And then Evan Kirk was solid. You know, he didn't have to make a ton of great saves, but he made all the saves he was supposed to. Didn't really let in any stinky ones, and that's all he needs to do for this team. And then the special teams. They didn't get a ton of opportunities on the man advantage, but the ones that they did get, they put in the back of the goal. And Mark Matthews with the play of the game with that dunkaroo from behind the net. I thought Ryan Keenan was strong as well, getting into those dirty areas and really creating good scoring opportunities on the top of the crease.
And a 7-point night from Jeff Shatler as well. The most complete effort we've seen from the Rush so far this season as they start the second half in style with a big win
over their biggest rival. 15-9 the final score from SaskTel Center tonight, setting the stage for what should be a very fun third and final meeting in the season series on April 20th. That'll do it from SaskTel Center. Once again, the final score, Rush 15, Calgary Roughnecks 9.
A big win for your Saskatchewan Rush on a night when fans from across the province gathered to support Telemiracle 43.
Everything just seemed to come together. It worked out. We talked about this partnership for about 18 months now, and we thought we'd make this Telemiracle a year to remember. Telemiracle 43 and the Rush, Saskatchewan's team with Saskatchewan's charity.
With generous support from Rush Nation, hundreds of Rush Telemiracle Teddies sold out before halftime. Players warmed up in special edition Telemiracle 43 jerseys up for auction online. All proceeds from both efforts going to the Telemiracle Foundation.
There's a board of about 15 to 20 people, and they sit once a month and they go through hundreds of applications. They're from people in Saskatchewan to fund people from wheelchairs, even to travel with their sick kids or their sick parents, just to keep families together and giving them a better life.
The biggest show of support took place in the stands as buckets passed hands in every row of SaskTel Center.
We've done pass buckets before, but nothing to this magnitude.
The arena-wide Pass the Bucket raised an astounding $23,000.
Our Rush fans are just unbelievable. They always are. So that doesn't surprise me at all. It's a great cause, and the people here are just amazing.
Well, a big Rush win last night, but more importantly, the Saskatchewan Rush so far, Rush Nation should be very proud of themselves. We have raised $29,750.
Telemiracle 43 closed with a total of more than $5.6 million. But that's not all. With final bids from the Saskatchewan Rush jersey auction and a portion of ticket sales still to count, the grand total raised by Rush Nation, $35,820.
Thank you to everybody, thanks to the Rush, and thanks to Saskatchewan.
The Rush play the Roughnecks once more this season on their turf. So for another year, Rush superfan Calvin Ohms, better known as the Rush Hulk, is organizing busloads of fans to come along for an epic road trip.
It's Saskatchewan, it's Calgary. It's a rivalry that's been going on for years. They know it, they go hard on each other, the fans know it. That's what makes the game more exciting, right? What we try to do with this Hulk Rush road trip is to make it a real memorable fan experience. And to do that, we have the fans and we have the fun. But we've also got a handful of phenomenal sponsors. So not only are you getting a really affordable trip out to Calgary with a bus trip, a hotel room, and a game tickets, but you also have a great opportunity to win some phenomenal prizes too. This trip gets bigger every year we have it. Every year, 90% of all the fans that came out the previous year have always signed up for the next year. The only thing that we're doing a little bit different this year than we've done in years past is we're adding an extra day. So there's also the option of going up Friday, coming home Sunday. The buses can be a lot of fun. They can be pretty loud. So we've got one designated bus to go up to Calgary for families if you want that quieter atmosphere. It's always a trip to remember. I mean, people still talk about last year's trip today.
We also have some news to share about Rush Hulk. He's been dealing with a torn rotator cuff, an injury that will be needing surgery in the coming weeks. Now, Ohms tells us he's taking it game by game and assures us that the bus trip and his presence on it is a go. As for the Rush, they're on a bye week, resting up for a return to Co-op Field.
Matthews to Church, who deals it in front, score!
The Rush are back home next Saturday to take on the Buffalo Bandits in their only meeting this season. Wear green as we celebrate St. Patrick's Eve, presented by Lotto Max. There will be green beer and a stunning halftime show from River City School of Irish Dance. Get your tickets today at saskrush.com.
Thanks for watching this episode of Rush TV. We'll leave you now with a montage of the Rush Hulk gearing up for game day. Until next time, I'm Daniela Ponticelli. Go Rush, go!